Hello my dear students, I am Dr. Mani Vashne from KIT Group of Institution, Delhi NCR. Again I am with you with Module 1 Relativistic Mechanics. Today I will cover Michelson-Morley experiment, mathematical expression of Michelson-Morley experiment and explanation of negative results of Michelson-Morley experiment. Michelson-Morley experiment has great importance in physics because this experiment is the base of development of postulates of special theory of relativity. This experiment was conducted by Michelson and Morley in 1887 using Michelson interferometer. This experiment is conducted to detect the relative motion between the earth and a hypothetical medium ether. The main objective of conducting the Michelson-Morley experiment was to confirm the existence of ether. This is the experimental arrangement of Michelson-Morley experiment. Here we have a monochromatic light. This is a monochromatic source of light. So light is incident from this source and strike on a plate which inclined at an angle 45 degree. After incident on this plate, light is split into two parts. One is reflected ray and second is refracted ray. Reflected ray moving towards mirror M2 and refracted ray moving towards mirror M1. These mirrors are perpendicular to each other and they both are at equal distance from point P or plate P. This plate P is partially silvered, so we can easily split the ray. Let us consider the distance between mirror M1 and M2 from plate P is L. This setup is on earth and earth is moving in the positive x direction with respect to ether with velocity v. So here v is the velocity of earth which we have to find out with respect to absolute frame of reference, that means ether. If earth is stationary with respect to ether, then the scenario is this: reflected ray going towards mirror M2 and coming back to the plate P. Similarly, refracted ray going towards mirror B and coming back to the plate P, and they are superimposed to each other and we get interference pattern in telescope. But earth is moving in positive x direction. Because of this, light reflect and incident at new position of mirror M2 and then again reflect and strike at plate new position P double dash. So reflected ray travels the distance P A dash P dash while refracted ray moving in horizontal direction, positive x direction and negative x direction. So this setup is working like this if earth is at rest and setup is at rest. When earth is moving, then reflected ray travels this path. So this complete experiment is based on the interference phenomena. So we have to calculate how much number of fringes shown in the telescope. So let the mirror M1 and M2 be at the same distance L from the glass plate P. If the apparatus were at rest, the two beams should take the same time to return to P. Let us assume that the velocity of apparatus or earth relative to fixed ether is v. In the relative velocity of light ray traveling along PA is c minus v, while in opposite direction it is c plus v. If T1 be the time taken by ray to travel from P to M2 and back, then T1 is equal to distance upon velocity. So distance is L and velocity is c minus v in positive x direction. In return path, again distance is L and the velocity is c plus v. So time is taken by ray to return back to the plate P is L upon c plus v. So total time is L upon c minus v plus L upon c plus v. Finally we get 2lc upon c square minus v square. Now we are taking common c square, so we get 1 minus v square by c square. Using binomial theorem and neglecting higher order terms in equation 1, so we get 2l upon c bracket 1 minus v square by c square. Now consider the ray moving upward from P to B. It will strike the mirror M1 not at B but at B dash due to the motion of earth. If T dash is the time taken by ray starting from P to reach M1 dash, then PV dash is equal to CT dash and BB dash is equal to VT dash. The total path of the ray until it returns to P is equal to PB dash P dash. Now P V dash P dash is equal to P B dash plus B dash P dash as shown in figure. So both the path are equal, so it is equal to 2 P V dash, since P B dash is equal to B dash P dash. Now considering the triangle P C B dash, using Pythagoras theorem, PB dash square is equal to PC square plus CB dash square. Now substituting the value from the figure, we get C square T dash square is equal to V square T dash square plus L square. From here we get T dash is equal to L upon C square minus V square whole power half. Total time taken by the ray to travel the whole path P B dash P dash is T2, and T2 is equal to twice of T dash, so it is equal to L upon C square minus V square whole power half. Again using binomial theorem and neglecting higher terms, so we get 2L upon C 1 plus V square by 2C square. Clearly from equation 2 and 1, T2 is less than T1, so the time difference between these two rays delta T is equal to T1 minus T2. Now putting the value from equation 1 and 2, we get 2LV square upon 2CQ. Finally we get LV square upon CQ. The distance travelled by light in time delta T is equal to C into delta T, velocity into time difference. So it is equal to LV square upon C square. This is the path difference between the two parts of the incident beam. Incident beam is split into two parts as we shown in figure. One is reflected ray and second is refracted ray. Now if we rotate the apparatus through 90 degree, the path difference between the two beam becomes 2LV square upon C square. Because earth is in motion and we are exist on the surface of the earth, so apparatus is also keep on the surface of the earth. So if earth is in motion, then it will turn different angles. So we get the number of fringes passing through our reference mark will be n is equal to 2LV square upon C square lambda. In Michelson-Morley experiment, they had taken L is equal to 11 meter. L is the distance between plate and mirrors. Lambda is equal to 6000 angstrom. Lambda is the wavelength of incident light. V is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 4 meter per second. This is the velocity of earth with respect to absolute ether. So we get n is equal to 0.4. So if we want to perform Michelson-Morley experiment, then mathematically we get 0.4 fringes, which is approximately equal to half fringes, which we can easily measure through the Michelson interferometer. But Michelson and Morley, when performed this experiment, they will get no fringe shift. That means n is equal to 0. So result is in contradiction with the mathematical calculation. At the end, the conclusion is that Michelson-Morley experiment was failed. So it does not prove the existence of ether, or it is not capable to find out the relative velocity between earth and ether. At that time, number of scientists tried to explain the negative result of Michelson-Morley experiment. These three hypotheses are the most important hypotheses which are trying to explain the negative result of Michelson-Morley experiment. One is ether drag hypothesis. According to this, the moving earth drags the ether with it, because ether is filled everywhere, so it is also with the earth. So if earth is moving, then ether is also dragged with the earth. Hence there is no relative motion between the two, so no shift is observed, because relative motion between the earth and ether is 0. So finally we get n is equal to 0. Second is Lorentz contraction hypothesis. According to this, a material body moving through ether is contracted in the direction of motion by a factor under root 1 minus v square by c square. That means according to this hypothesis, in the positive x direction, length becomes L under root 1 minus v square by c square, which we already taken as L in our expression. So now putting L under root 1 minus v square by c square in place of L, it equalizes T1 and T2. Hence delta T is equal to 0. If delta T is equal to 0, then path difference is also 0. Finally we get n is equal to 0. Hence no shift can be expected. Third is constancy of speed of light hypothesis. Einstein proposed that light travels with a constant velocity, does not depend on the motion of the source, observer or medium. While in Michelson-Morley experiment, Michelson and Morley had taken velocity of light in positive x direction as c minus v and in opposite direction c plus v. So according to Einstein, velocity of light is constant. It does not depend on the motion of the source, observer or medium. All these hypotheses are completely hypothetical. There is no experimental evidence in favor of these three hypotheses. So finally, Michelson-Morley experiment has had to fail to explain the existence of ether. So we cannot consider ether as an absolute frame of reference, and we cannot find the velocity of earth with respect to ether. So this is the most important Michelson-Morley experiment which explain the different facts, and from its outcome Einstein proposed the special theory of relativity and postulates of special theory of relativity. So this is all about Michelson-Morley experiment. In my next video lecture I will discuss with you postulates of special theory of relativity, Lorentz transformation equation and length contraction. So keep in touch, stay at home, stay safe. Thank you. Have a nice day.